A new study finds that when kids leave home, they move an average of 400 miles away. And for parents, that distance feels more significant than just the couple miles it is. I mean, 400's a lot, but it could be further, Mom. And anyway, this is all based on a Talker research survey that examined how parents adjust once their kids head off to college or maybe start careers, because some take different paths. More than half of the parents that responded expect a text every day after you leave the nest, but only 4 in 10 expect a phone call. That's quick check-ins replacing conversations at the Taylor house.
I literally just was talking about this the other day because
really?
When I just pulled out my phone because I use Life 360, which is awesome, by the way.
To stalk everybody. I love it.
Yeah, you stalk anybody you want. That will give you access. Greg keeps rejecting my access.
Greg!
You did.
I did not.
Christian is currently more than let me see how many miles he's away from me.
Too many in a lot of ways.
12 hours away from me, 828 miles away.
Double the survey.
Yes, he's so far away and he doesn't call me or text me.
Okay,
I have to initiate the text and it's annoying. I feel like a teenage girl begging for her boyfriend's attention.
Like, hey, respond if you have time. Maybe not really. It's okay.
Give me a thumbs up if you miss me.
Well, and then...
Greg, she's having a hard time, isn't she?
Oh, she is. But last weekend...
Oh, man.
On Friday, I get home, and Kristen's on the call with Christian.
Which, by the way, for those tuning in maybe for the first time, who just went off to college a few months ago.
Yeah, he's at Pensacola Christian College in Pensacola, Florida. So they're on a FaceTime. And Kristen brings the phone to me. And so you have to understand the preface to this. Just before he goes to college, because I went to college and I was cheap and I was, one convenience. And so I would get my hair cut by someone on the dorm floor, which I can tell you is a hack job.
Of course.
So I found him a barber. I'm going to take over from here. I found a barber that's nearby, like 2-minute drive away. That's $25 haircut. It's not very expensive. It fits in his budget. He's set up for himself. This fool had a guy in his dorm cut his hair.
For $5.
It's a military, buzz job. And he's like,
Private
Mom.
Taylor.
Well, and this didn't start as a FaceTime call. It started as a regular call. And he's like, oh, Mom, I'm going to FaceTime you. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. He wants to see me, No, he wanted to show me this haircut. And
wink you out.
I am not very good at holding my emotions in. I immediately said, what the heck did you do? That looks awful. His roommates were dying in the background because all his roommates were present. He's got 3 roommates. And I'm like, Christian. And then he starts egging me on because he's like, it looks good. And
so he thinks it looks okay.
If you're not watching our podcast, I'm rubbing my hair. He's rubbing and he's like, it looks good. I'm like, it doesn't look good. It looks horrible. Where'd your beautiful curls go? He's got curly hair. And he is just a gorgeous man. He is. I love my child. He is so handsome. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, it looks like it did when I did this a year ago. And I'm like, yeah, and I didn't like it then. Now it looks worse because it's a bad haircut. And the guys are just cracking up. So then his countenance starts changing because he was like smiling and acting like, I did what I did. And then he starts getting irritated with me. So I laid off.
If you want contact, you got to.
You can't put it back on.
I get home. I get out of my car. I'm walking in the house and Kristen's like showing me this. And I already knew, as soon as she showed me, I already knew the conversation she had with him. So I'm like, it looks good, bud.
What else
you got to be kidding me and quit lying to him.
Yes, it looked terrible. It looked like, he was getting ready to go on the deportation plane,
Oh, my gosh.
It's horrible.
That was good.
Horrible. Well, anyway.
Greg, you might have to have a conversation with him and say, listen, Life 360 is not enough for your mom.
Oh, I told him I was going to cut him off.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to cut you off. You're not going to get any money from me. Don't ask me for anything.
You'll be needing those haircuts.
He's like, Mom, I'm not doing drugs. And in his defense...
Of course, no, but...
In his defense, he's at one of the strictest colleges in the nation, probably. He has very strict rules to the point of, he can't even be in the same elevator as a girl. It's separate, everything.
Because he's going to school, too.
He's going to be a pastor. He's going to be a missionary. So, they're trying to keep their integrity intact. And so there's a lot of rules and a lot of room checks, and they can't have their hair a certain length, and they have to have certain clothes on during the day. I mean, very, very strict. So, I mean, in his defense, I will say that he's a good kid.
He's a great
and I
kid.
shouldn't bust his chops about his haircut. It's his only chance at freedom is to cut his hair. I mean, really.
True. And you're about to cut him off if he doesn't call more often, so he better get with the program.
Mama's just a little upset that he didn't check with her first.
That's it.
She wants that validation.
I have control issues. I'll admit it.
Hey, who doesn't? Oh my goodness.
Sorry,
kids,
guys.
I can't believe how fast your kids have grown up because we've worked together 13, 14, 15, I don't know, somewhere in there.
Somewhere 13 to 15.
Wait, how old's Jaden? Because he was an infant.
He's 13. Yeah, so 13 years. He'll be 13 in March. So
I mean, time flies. Remember years and years ago, Publishers Clearinghouse? Ed McMahon coming to the door.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You know,
the balloons. Did they have balloons? I think
they always had the balloons. Never knew anybody whose door they went to, but I remember it. And I remember that some winners, they would always say, you can choose the weekly $5,000 for life payout. But lately, some have stopped getting checks because the payout company went bankrupt.
Whoa, I didn't hear about that.
So Publishers Clearinghouse is, by the way, still in operation, just not paying the ones they used to pay before. And there was even a guy, he's 61 years old. He's been a winner for 10 years. He's got to go back to work and explain why he has a 10-year gap in his career. And it's because he was getting $5,000 a week for life. But
well, I think that's the fear of some people to tie it into retirement, and the people listening to our show today, that's the fear with the pension payouts a lot of times, right?
It absolutely is, especially like in the state of Ohio. There's been articles, and, you got to make sure that, all these articles are accurate.
Check your source,
The state teachers retirement system is struggling with some of the decisions made. And
right.
So lately, when families come in and they are eligible for STRS, we've started looking at, they are offered, they're not able to take their entire pension as a lump sum, but they do have an option for something called a PLOP. Where they can take a PLOP. In other words, a plop of money or a lump sum of money.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it just sounded funny.
Right. There's a minimum plop and there's a maximum plop.
Okay.
And so lately we've been looking at that maximum plop so that they can have control of those resources. And then we use a private annuity to help offset what they will not get from their pension monthly because of taking the plop. And in many cases, by taking the plop, we're actually able to increase their overall payout and give them control of some of the money.
Okay.
So that if
control
if later
issue,
on,
there you go.
Correct. So later on, if there was more trouble with that STRS system, that they would still at least have the money from the PLOP in a private annuity. So just things you have to think about when now all that comes to play. But for those who take the lump sum,
yes,
one family, unfortunately, they didn't work with us, before they made all these decisions, but they took a lump sum. They paid off their house.
Okay.
They helped a child buy a car. And then the next year, they got they spent the entire pension lump sum.
Oh, no.
The next year, they got a tax bill for over $50,000. So then they had to go take a loan out on their house again. For the $50,000 to pay off the taxes that they owed for paying off the house and buying a car.
Yeah, that's where it's hard because a lot of people throughout their working years don't really use a financial advisor because they're just putting money away and
at that point.
They're just saving, and it doesn't require a lot of assistance, a lot of cases. And so they're used to just doing it and not really looking for a guidance or advice on different areas.
Yes.
But retirement becomes such a fundamental change with how you should be thinking about your money. There's so many things to coordinate and think through while you're making big decisions about paying off debt or paying off a house or doing making choices on your retirement dollars that you really should employ the help of someone that does this day in and day out.
Yes, and there's so many really big moments. So, for instance, there's a family that we've been working with since 2003. So for 22 years, and they own a farm outside of Mansfield, And the husband just passed away just a few months ago, and the wife came in with her daughter just a couple weeks ago and said, okay, we're selling the farm. And she's like, they're going to give me a life estate so I can stay in the house as long as I live. I don't have to move. But someone else is going to farm the farm, and they're going to pay me $2 million for it. And so I'm going to do some things for myself. I'm going to do some things for some of my kids while I'm alive. But I need a place to put $1 million because I don't want just $1 million sitting in my bank account.
Mm-hmm. Growing
so we talked about
barely
what to do.
Anything. Yeah.
Yes. So we talked about what to do, and we crafted a plan, and that's all set now. But you have to be cautious whether you're a lottery winner or, sweepstakes winner, or whether you retire and you see all that money in your 401k or all that money you could get out of a pension lump sum.
Right.
And there's a gentleman we started working with probably 6 years ago. He was 73 years old when he came to work with us. He had the option of $15,000 a month for life or $2.1 million that he could get as a lump sum. But the gentleman had 2 heart attacks previously. He had some health problems. And if he took the $15,000 a month, which is more income than we could get out of $2.1 million. But if he took the $15,000 a month and passed away, then the money's gone forever, nothing to his family. And he really only needed about half that number. So we crafted a plan to give him that $7,500 a month, plus his Social Security and all that was more than he was living on. We put the rest in an IRA account that we were managing at Fidelity. And within a year and a half, he passed away.
Oh.
So even though he had been taking that $7,500 a month with growth and things that had happened in the accounts, there was still more than $2 million there for the family after he passed. So you see, there's lots of things to consider when it comes to your money. It's more than just, can I get income? Am I going to run out? All those things. It's knowing how everything fits together as it relates to you, your family, and your retirement, and knowing all the situation and how to make the best decision moving forward.